So, Red, what happened last time?
Well, last time we were still at the lovely party by our wonderful host who had decided to step up for a little bit there as she had to deal with some other situations, namely, apparently someone not learning their place in the hierarchy of things. As Balix decided to show Alayla his beautiful dragon, decided to take a moment to show off, I believe the dragon's name is Yashira, and Alayla, of course, was properly impressed, especially since it seemed the dragon had a little bit more special ability in comparison to most of the dragons she's seen out of the norm, essentially. A bit of talkings and enjoying conversation pieces, and Alayla did call her dragon Brightfire here, though Brightfire seemed to have been making friends as a large silhouette of a dragon came down, the three-headed dragon that we know him as, I believe, Bloodfire, yes, Bloodfire, the Raynor's dragon. Three-headed, strange, and a bit, very scary, and especially compared to every other dragons. And Shira was not too happy to have him there, as Brightfire had a bit of panic, and dispersed that before it became too much of a problem. As eventually Brightfire left, Bloodfire left as well, and Shira eventually calmed down from not murdering us and firing off her laser beam of death, I assume as well. After a bit of that scuffle, there was a conversation that Layla had with Balix, essentially trying to understand the full scope of what the situation is between Maegor and her. More of her, what exactly do you want from me? Because right now, there's not much she can really offer in the way of power or strength for this family, but it seems that Maegor wants to do that, and honestly, Maegor doesn't seem to be the one who have thought this plan through, so apparently Balix says, my brother could be used for many other people if they know what to do correctly, of course, but I'd rather have it someone, let's just say, a little less ambitious in that regard, or at least someone who won't be hostile to us. And Maegor is a good match in the sense that he will, keep you safe and keep out the political game while you get to do your work. And of course, make sure he takes care of you as best he can if things go sour, is what the assumption was, as we come to a bit of understanding. While that was going on, we were making our way back, of course. Hadrian was finally released from the dungeon, as there was a bit of an awkward air about it, as people were able to notice the cuts on his face, and especially when he came back with Scylla, that was very obvious that there was a bit of discontent going on. Especially since, outside of Raynor, who was there, Hadrian was also an odd man out. Most of this was scholars, wizards, people of the intellect of side of things, and he definitely didn't really fit. Even with keeping an eye around the room, it was hard to tell exactly where he was going to be most comfortable. Though he did someone had a conversation with him, as someone stepped up to talk with him to ask if he was doing well. A mysterious man who didn't really introduce himself, though he said he was a bit of an explorer, a researcher, someone who was here colonizing a bit of the location here, I believe, before those were basically abandoned at a later date. And I know he hopes to continue to do some exploring here in these wild places. Though it seems Hadrian did a bit of a oopsie, as something he said made it so the man eventually cut the conversation short and parted ways, though I don't think Hadrian really seemed to unnotice at all what exactly that was said that made such a mood turn so sour. Regardless, Alayla and Balix returned, surprised to see Hadrian there, though Balix talked about the fact that Priscilla and him seemed to be growing a bit closer to her surprise. Though it seems as well everyone's avoiding him. It seems he hasn't made a wonderful impression compared to the last party he was at. Off with that, Maegor and Alayla spoke to each other again further as, Balix went to go mingle and going to speak to, I believe his name was Galleon, a head mage that they knew, who also stepped in to stop Maegor from making a problem with Raynor, essentially. As he did, of course, have no problem trying to clean that situation up, as well as they talked more about, their scholarly pursuits, as well as the fact that he has connections with Priscilla, though he doesn't seem to really like Raynor for sure. Or, like I said, business is one thing, and it seems Raynor has a issue with the slave trade, or something that gets in the way of the slave trade that he doesn't really agree on. He doesn't really understand Priscilla's connection with him, but whatever he can smuggle in, I guess, makes sense for that regard, because he can get things that you need for, whatever you want. Though, it doesn't change the fact that there are people who are a little upset with Raynor for some of the things he's done. And, well, Balex did inquire exactly what Zilla's doing with Hadrian, though it seems that there's rumors of her wanting to get married, though Balex was a bit surprised at such a thing and why exactly the change of tune. Before Galeon would mention anything, because he seemed that he knew more than he was letting on, seems Vasilla decided to make her presence known, and well, she wasn't too happy about having people talk about her. Galeon, seeing the problem there, decided to get the fuck out, as Balex was left to the wolves, or she-dragon, and, well, she wasn't too happy, like I said, and decided to play a little game, as she told Hadrian to deal with Magar, that person over there harassing Alayla, as she said, and get her away from him, take him out, or escort her, if you will, because she needed to show Balex exactly what happens when you try to interfere with her plans. And Hadrian, of course, nodded to his queen and went over to deck Magar in the face, demanded that Alayla come with him, or, didn't really say or else, but it was very much implied. Alayla was a bit confused, surprised. Magar was upset. And before things turned even worse, Raynor stepped in to stop the situation from exploding. Hadrian decided to show him where he should stand in this whole conversation, but Raynor turned the tables on him and soundly beat him and took off. Decided to walk off with Alayla as the whole court saw Hadrian, or the small little party saw Hadrian's failure. And Vasilla wasn't too happy as she left the party afterwards, and Hadrian knew he was not in her good graces right now. And even when he was trying to, leave, go talk to her maybe, the guards decided to escort him to her as she wanted to have a conversation, express her disappointment with his performance. And he did ask for forgiveness, and she just gave him his foot and told him to make sure she relaxed, essentially, as he was going to be her little servant for a little bit now. Alayla with Raynor had a bit of bottle of wine, as they seem to usually do, as they talk, discuss things. As well, he revealed that Vasilla aren't actually friends, but business partners, though Alayla pointed out that means something a little bit as well as the fact that there's tension growing, and, well, as also his own little projects as well. Like, he started off with a single boat, and now has his own little pirate thing going on, as well as the title, and seems his plans to have control of the Summer Isles, as well as the fact that this way give him an edge over those in the kingdom, especially since the biggest trade they have is in slavery. And through this, he might have power to actually do some change here. So that Alayla can applaud that he seems to be cunning and smart about, though it is a dangerous situation since he has gained a number of enemies who probably aren't too happy with him. But he seems to either live life as, I will either die or I'll see how far it gets me, as we seem to enjoy ourselves. He did walk her home back to her room before she said thank you, of course, and took the bottle of wine with a bit of a smile and went to bed for the night. And Magar and Balex, Magar left to his injuries, pissed and not too happy with Hadrian's whole little kerfuffle, decide to ask his brother for a favor, that once a situation calls for that he can take out Hadrian, as well as tease the fact that, well, Vasilla seems to be wanting to get married. It doesn't mean it has to be just one person. There could also be someone else contending for her hand, especially in these new and uncertain times. Well, regardless, Balex decided to also deliver a gift to Raynor to apologize for, seemingly upsetting Raynor for what they just talked about last time, especially when it came to his dragon. And I think it ended there with a letter of forgiveness and plans for the future.
I also sent an apology letter to Raynor.
Yeah, that's the one I say, the forgiveness letter for Raynor.
Ah.
Don't worry, I got it written down in bold.
Okay.
It's very beautifully worded as well.
You also write down the part where I found a gun and used it to shoot Hadrian.
Yeah, it also says I didn't get the gun, Hate got the gun instead. Yeah, I have that, yeah.
So I'm gonna start off. Most important individual in this equation, Hadrian.
I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Gets warning because you've spent most of the late night and early morning with Vasilla. As at the crack of dawn, as the sun rays kind of shine over the horizon, she gets up. I don't usually do this, Hadrian, but I'm willing to let you take it up to me. I would call this a second chance, but actually it's a third one.
Oh, is that so?
You clearly have a reckless attitude. Not as good a fighter as you think you are. But maybe we put those two together and you do a favor for me. Storm will arrive soon. Tomorrow, we will depart. When the storm arrives, unnoticed, you will kill Raynor and his dragon. Or is that such a challenge for you?
It was a mere momentary slip up. I underestimated the half-breed. Eventually, someone would have put him in his place.
Well, I don't have time for eventually.
I'll be the one to do it.
Very well. Now leave me, I am tired. As she kind of gets up and will head over to her bed.
Yes, they did the part.
Nah, I believe in you, Mac. Listen. One complication, that's a freak accident. We'll see how many complications you can roll.
I will toggle the tick button on myself. Where's the macro after macro? With minus 20 ongoing.
Yeah, and you'll probably head over to sleep as well, because you've been up all night. Tired as well. Meanwhile, let's see, Balix. You did send a letter
I did send a letter.
to Raynor. I don't
It
remember
was to
exactly.
Raynor.
It was related
What?
to his dragon, right? And like an apology later. That's what I remember.
It was pretty much like, yeah, I have a habit of kind of like getting lost in my own world when I talk about things I'm interested in. My interest in dragons is more of that of a young boy, you know, and less of a scholar. And you know, he's smart enough to realize now that he's snapped out of it that there were some touchy feelings
Yeah,
that
so-
I stepped over, and then I gave him some one of Zira's favorite snacks,
So,
enough for each head.
As I mean, you'll also probably sleep in a bit because you've been up very late last night. But
Yeah.
as you get up about close to noon, as there's a rapid knock at your door.
Yes, come in.
As the door is open, one of the servants says, "My lord, a letter for you." You'll quickly go over, place it by your nightstand before turning around and walking out without saying anything.
Thank you. I will open the letter.
It says, "Meet me by the beach." Signed, Emperor of the Sea.
All right. I will then get dressed and head down to the beach.
As you make your way, you will see, even from a distance, the large three-headed dragon sort of munching on some of the fish you've sent.
Lovely.
As Raynor is just kind of lying face up as he's staring at the sky. It's a very like clear sky as well. As you approach, doesn't really get up, but just kind of like says, A beautiful day for sunbathing.
I would have to agree. Mind if I take a seat?
No, be my guest.
He'll like take off his shoes and then just kind of sit down in the sand. And how is this morning treating you?
Well, I was hoping to wake up a bit hungover, but alas, not enough wine for one night.
In this party? I'm surprised. Your fortitude is much. Your constitution is much greater than even I expected.
And what they say, it's not about how much alcohol, but whom you drink it with.
Ah. Attempted to win over the young well, bachelorette.
Hmm. Well, suppose I may be too old for this game, or she has eyes for others.
Perhaps it's merely not enough time. I mean, I've only learned of her quite recently myself. If I'm correct, she's only been in court about 7 months. Maybe she's still trying to get her bearings before she settles on a handsome suitor.
Well, in any case, as he gets up, he wanted to see Bloodfire, and here he is.
Yes. I did have the privilege of seeing him briefly last night as well. It appears he's made a lovely friend as well. The young lady's dragon itself.
Yeah. It's a rare thing, but happens, especially with smaller dragons. But listen. I apologize. That was maybe a bit too aggressive, but I've had well, I've seen what people who are too passionate about this sort of subject. Come, let me show you something.
He will get up and follow.
As he'll kind of get closer to the dragon, and as the dragon's kind of just sort of diving for like sort of sea life close to the shore. He'll kind of, as you get close, you can see these sort of lumps and bumps as its scales seem to be very uneven, almost as if like the flesh has been warped way worse than regular dragons.
Someone experimented on him, didn't they?
Well, I guess they succeeded. As he's gonna pull out a dagger and just kind of goes to one of the lumps and sticks it like with like a heavy thrust between the scales, and just kind of gestures for you to come. And as he like sort of pries a bit, kind of like bends the large scale, you can see this sort of shining metal like gleam from underneath.
Like, is it like a second scale, or is his like underskin
It's-
just like
yeah,
naturally like
it's
metal?
like no, it's like the flesh has grown around a piece of metal.
Holy shit! Mecha King Ghidorah!
When I found him,
Crafted.
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't. It was full of holes. Tried to even sure fuse the metal with his flesh. Took him a full year to heal.
Balix actually does look a bit upset at this. I mean, he assumed that like yeah, this dragon was experimented
I was
on.
gonna
Like,
say,
this is
yeah,
fucked.
Balix, you know that. So the Valyrians can meld stone and steel quite well. Although this is a bit beyond what you would normally do. But
Yeah.
Valyria has a long history of like weird, fucked up experimentation with all sorts of animals, dragons included. Apparently, there was some sort of sorcerer that was experimenting on him.
Humans truly are the most disgusting of all animals.
Well, I think he got either himself killed or something happened because by the time I got there, there was nothing left, just signs. He did this to the
Good
teeth
riddance.
too, as though, by the way. Replaced certain teeth with metal ones. It's certainly was someone's fucked up project.
To torture such an innocent creature such as this. Despicable, truly. I'm glad that one got what he deserved.
Me 2 years before I could get him near any other dragons without freaking out. So I was a bit hesitant.
I completely understand. If something similar had happened to my dear Jira, I must say I would be even worse.
Well, I just wanted, I kind of like pat you on the shoulder. Wanted to make sure there's no bad blood. I'm gonna leave tomorrow, so might as well make sure everything is in order.
Oh, I've been told that you recently have been having some dealings to the west. Could you do me a favor?
Kind of raise an eyebrow. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you remember, but at the last event, there was a foreign king here. He invited me over to see some of his private collection. I would like to, well, respond to his invitation. Perhaps you could deliver a letter for me?
Lannister?
Yes, that's the one.
Not that far out west.
Well, obviously, as he is quite landlocked, but I'm sure once you've just on the coast, you can use traders to reach for the letter to reach its destination.
I suppose I could have. I'm not sailing. I have some connections.
I would appreciate it.
No worries.
Tell me, though, speaking of your dealings, I have learned a lot recently. But I must say, again, if I overstep, please do tell me, but the relationship between you and Vasilla is quite an odd one, considering your individual personalities.
He kind of like lets out a long sigh and says, there's a lot of bad blood. We've learned to work together and deal with it, I guess.
Something. And yet you still work together despite this bad blood. Why?
Old habits die hard.
Ah. Anything you'd like to talk about? I am quite a good listener.
Oh, not really.
Fair enough.
So you seem like a good man. Be careful around her. She can be quite dangerous.
Most people in court are. That's why I do so desperately try to keep away from it. If it weren't for my brother's failings, I would have nothing to do with it.
Oh, she seems like he can take a good solid hit to the jaw.
Oh, yes. Don't get me started on that Hadrian fellow.
Bit random, even for the mad one.
Yes, it did appear that, well, Hadrian putting on some sort of show of force was Vasila's idea. Him losing, though, was apparently not.
I've been reprimanded anyways.
Well, I do hope everything turns out well between you two.
I'm gonna say Balix, like everyone would know, just bringing fucking daggers at these sort of parties is frowned upon, not legal. Get the weapons on you. And he did just pull a dagger on Hadrian.
Yeah. That's true.
Well, let's see. So, like I said, we'll be leaving tomorrow. Wanna cause more friction with these people. Plus, apparently, Vasilla has. You send me with letters, she sends me with letters. I swear to God. Do I look like a courier to you?
No, you look like a dashing rogue. And sadly, dashing rogues are the only ones with the panache to actually go out there and do things.
As kind of chuckles at that and says, "Well,
Do watch your back with that Hadrian fellow. He seems like the vindictive type.
yeah, just more reason for me to get out of Dodge. I shouldn't have not gotten involved. I was just a bit worried for the. I guess the guards would have intervened, but if you say she put him up to this."
Yes, I saw her do signal him, actually. We were speaking and, well,
Chat
apparently
with
I
her
stuck him
about
out.
this, because this is I was about to say that the guards would have probably intervened, but if she set him up on this path, I'm not sure what court games she's playing again. Be careful
Interesting
out there.
games, considering the audience.
Well, I'll be honest, Balix, sorcerers are a weird crowd, and not one I'm very fond of.
They are an interesting sort. Again, I'm associated with them due to my brother.
Yeah, well, take care, and stay safe.
I shall. You as well.
Nod as he'll start heading back towards the estate. Have a stern talk down with Vasala about what the fuck was that about. Which brings me to my last victim. As you awake, like everyone else, a bit later in the day. It's about past noon. As there's a knock at the door, gentle one, wakes you up.
Gotcha. I assume it's a servant, so I assume she basically tells them to come in. Is that fine
Yeah.
to say?
Yeah. As the door opens, it's in fact not. I mean, there's one servant, but she stays at the door. In walks Vasilla herself.
Ah,
As
gotcha.
she looks at you, smiles.
Vasilla.
Good morning, dear. She will kind of head over to the balcony as she kind of like draws the curtains a bit and lets more of the sunlight wash over you.
Yeah, Layla was probably getting up and everything as well. She's like, "Ah, it's
Sleep
good to
well?
see you. As best as one can. It was wonderful. Thank you."
I was hoping you would join me for late breakfast, but I suppose at this point might as well be lunch.
Of course, I would love to. Just get myself a little bit more in proper clothing.
She will kind of like gently walk past the table as she glances around and says, "Enjoy your wine." Stares at the bottle you stole last night.
Grand
It
Theft
has
alcohol.
it has a unique flavor, if nothing else. Though I don't think I'll be trying it often.
Hmm. You like your unique flavors.
I do like to try have a chance to see new things. I'll be disservice to myself. I didn't at least put myself out there, right?
Why don't you give me a peer beyond the veil, Layla?
Yeah. Partial.
She is tense, to say the least. She smiles, nods, and says, "Well, come, I will be waiting for you. I'll have my servant escort you to the terrace. We don't take too long." As she
Of course not.
kind of walks out.
Outside of just being tense at her words, is that the only reaction I can see from her?
Yeah,
Mm.
she was tense about the whole thing, about what you said, about the wine bottle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Layla would get dressed in something that won't take too long, comfortable and nice, before making her way there to speak to have lunch.
Felix, you would also get one of the servants who would eventually find you around. Presumably, you're not just hanging out at the beach for more than an hour.
No, honestly, I'm probably walking around like. Is there any greenery around here?
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah.
like gardens, filled with like some of the local plant life.
Then yes, I'll be checking out the local plant life. I am a fan of flora.
Yeah, there's some nice exotic flowers that they brought in from the jungle that you don't necessarily see everywhere. Are
He's
native to
probably
the
taking
continent.
down like sketches of them in like one of his personal logbooks.
As one of the servants will approach you and ask if you wish to join the lunch with Vesela, your brother, and Alela.
I would be more than delighted.
Um, as well, I guess you'll go. Would you go directly? Would you go see finding your brother first?
I'd probably go find my brother and we'll arrive together.
Yeah. So as you check sort of the quarters you've been given, he's kind of pacing back and forth. He like sees you, says, brother, finally, I need to. You think this looks good?" As he like kind of like tries a necklace to kind of match with the whole outfit he's going.
Baelix will probably like pinch like the bridge of his nose as he just goes, "What, Magor? What on earth led you to believe that I am fashionable?"
It's all right.
But no, I don't think it looks that good.
He like sit down, kind of like picks a ring up on his finger, tries different styles of jewelry.
She doesn't exactly strike me as the type to enjoy too much gaudiness. Enough to show your influence and power and nothing more.
say that, but she seemed to really like the Valyrian harp.
Perhaps it was due to the type of instrument and less what it was made of.
Suppose you're right. Right, I should be more tempered.
Honestly, this is your quest, my brother. Do
Yeah.
it as you see fit. Women have never been my strong suit.
I had a chat with Vasella a bit earlier. Now I'm a bit anxious, I'll admit it. I believe whole incident last night made a fool of myself. Should have that man skinned alive.
Which one, Hadrian or Raynor?
Both. Although only one is worth my time, the other one, the filthy commoner. Don't waste time on that gum.
So, well, I certainly agree, as I have taken quite a
He
liking
went
to
with her
his-
to her room.
Yes, but they didn't. That was merely an escort, no further. I can assure you they never entered the room together.
He kind of like gestures for her to come closer, so like none of the servants maybe that are passing by will hear this. He says in a hushed whisper, Lady Vasella saw a wine bottle. Wasn't meant to be there. Now you know that this guy is a pirate scum. I bet he's used to like climbing through fucking windows. And then she was all weird about it. I don't. Stella assured me that she'll handle it.
Oh dear. This does seem like either quite the conundrum or quite the misunderstanding.
Well, whatever it is, she told me not to worry about it, and I'm trying to calm myself because otherwise I would have already went to the guy and I don't know what I would have done. Nothing nice, that's for sure.
Oh dear.
What?
Well,
Listen, I wouldn't have even maybe burnt him a bit. It's not like he'll need that. Anyways, dinner, lunch. Shall we go?
perhaps. How about this? Perhaps I talk to the lady in private and try and get to the bottom of this.
He kind of like waves his finger and says, "Nana, Vasilla told me to stay out of it, so we'll stay out of it. I trust her with this. She's a competent schemer, and that Hadrian guy, I think he works for her. I'm not sure what the fuck their relationship is.
Yes, I suppose he does work for her in the same way a rock thrown by a person works for the person throwing it.
He kind of like raises his arms as, yes, that's exactly what I was saying.
Well, all I can say is I'm quite certain nothing actually happened between the two.
You're right. She's clearly of noble stock, and he's just fucking low life. She's too smart for that.
If what you've told me is true, then she is.
He's like calming himself as you start heading towards the dinner. Is that cute, Fred? Do you like the incel coded one?
No, it's more the fact that he went out his way to follow the beginning part, right? You didn't see what it posted in the beginning part. Jeez.
Oh no.
He's trying to look nice for her. Fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I see how it is.
um, but yeah, as Layla, you would also eventually join. As by the time you arrive, it'll just be you and Vasilla. As she invites you to sit, so she's like gonna sit at the head of the table. There's like one chair on either side and one chair at the other end. There's already some like fruits and snacks placed.
Ah, gotcha. She would take a seat with a bit of a smile. Lady Vasilla, I'm glad we have this moment to talk. I've been trying to have a chance to have counsel with you, if that would be possible.
Don't have much time, but my ear is yours.
Are we having more? Oh, I assume more invitations sent out?
She looks at the other two chairs and says, "Of course.
Well,
Always pleasant to have lovely men for company."
that is true. I do apologize. This is a bit forward of me, but you're the only friendly woman figure I've met so far in court. Need some bit of advice right now. I'm a bit at a loss. You see, my upbringing has not prepared me for this type of scenario, at least not in this capacity. And I'm not too sure if I'm proceeding correctly or if I'm making a muck of things, or I'm just being too blind as well. It seems I have caught the attention of as you know, Magar, and I believe another fellow as well, but I'm too sure if I fully understand the scope of their characters. I only know rumors and hearsay, and I'm not too sure that's really worth looking into at all.
Well, simple question. You like them? I don't know. I know Maegor, but I don't know the other one that you keep vaguely mentioning.
It is Raynar.
Do you like one of them or do you like both?
I do enjoy each of their company for one reason or another. But at the very least, Magar is the one who seems intent, at least from what his brother is saying, a union between us. Though I am unsure that it's just a temporary infatuation that will proceed its course and leave with time.
One should not marry just for love, my dear. You are a dragon lord now, you must take into account your station and prestige amongst the other families. Having a lover is one thing, having a husband is another.
I understand. Magar is he's an aggressive player, that's for sure.
He is, but he is from a reputable family. And while his reputation is not the most kind, he is respected at court and has allies, friends, powerful friends, me included, amongst those more magically inclined.
Mm.
Older families may not see eye to eye on certain things with us, but well, nobody sees eye to eye with Raynar. He is viewed as lesser and, well, more of a scoundrel, to be honest.
Mm.
If it weren't for his dragon, he wouldn't even be. He would have either been burned a long time ago for his daring assaults on cargo ships, or worse.
I see. He seems to have they both seem to have a reputation of for one reason or another. My concern with Magar lies in the fact that will a possible alliance between us bear fruit? And if his affection wanes, as most do, will he respect me enough to ensure a comfortable arrangement?
When I was even younger than you, when I was 16, the first time my father arranged a betrothal between me and another powerful dragon lord. He's dead now. 18. My father tried again. That one died shortly after. At 19, it was a mere powerful son of a merchant family from Volantis. He died in 3 months. 6 months later, my father died as well. When people don't respect you, Alela, there are ways to rectify that.
She nods, taking her words in. That is true.
Sometimes you use cunning, sometimes you use seduction, sometimes you use force. These are all tools you should learn how to master if you are to survive at court.
Yes, it seems I am far behind in my studies. So thank you for making me aware. At the very least, I do appreciate that.
She smiles and nods. Actual timeline. As you see coming up the stairs, and this is a very nice sort of terrace balcony, beautiful view of the surrounding sea and the island and the continent in the distance. As you see both Balix and Magor walking up the table, as Magor will sit from like across from you, Alela, and Balix will sit at the other end of the table. There's going to be some servants that will bring more food. As Vasilla kind of smiles at the both of you and it is a beautiful day. I appreciate you all joining me for lunch. As Magor just kind of looks at you, Alela smiles, winks.
Alela smiles as well.
Says, well, sky may be a clear blue, but it has nothing on your eyes, my lady.
I see you never stop for a little bit of rest at all, my lord.
I never get tired.
And you look good as well, my lord. How are you feeling after last night?
It's not the first time I've been punched. Just the first time I didn't fight back. As it would have been rather impolite of our host here. Caused more of a mess.
Of course, I do not wish to intrude, but what reason did Lord Hadrian have to do such a thing? It seems he is... I'm not too familiar with him, but he seems wildly out of line.
Kind of like shrugs and says, well, I mean, lady, pretty obvious. Young, noble, aspiring to earn the favor of a beautiful young lady. Probably just got jealous.
I don't believe I was the young lady he was trying to get jealous of. She kind of doesn't glance at Vasilla, but she's thinking it.
Well, if I was in his position, I would try to gain your attention.
I'm sad to say not everyone still has your disposition, my lord.
I am one of a
Yep.
kind. Unstoppable, fierce, unrelenting. Appetite of a dragon. He winks again.
Layla just laughs.
It was a mistake coming to this lunch.
Felix is in pain.
Balix, this is not the first time you've seen your brother do this sort of thing.
Yeah.
He calls it putting on the dragon.
Balix honestly would probably say, "Dear brother, perhaps such discussion should be left when out of, when not in dinner or lunch or breakfast, for that matter. As I am trying to eat."
He kind of like nods and like turns to you, Layla, and says, "You usually, well, apparently very crass of me, my lady, but I am what I am. I speak my mind and have no time for lies and deceit."
That you do, my lord. An honest man is always have his benefits, of course.
He was about to say something, but like he kind of like keeps it in.
Can I, what is, I assume Balix's mood is very obvious, but what is Vasilla feeling right now, or doing right now?
Yeah, roll me another peer beyond the veil.
Neato. Give me 1 second. Ah,
Still ask one.
what is her character feeling right now?
There's a certain level of amusement
Gotcha.
as says Lord Balix, I was wondering, I received some rather new flowers from the jungle. Just remember, do you mind coming and have a few questions I would like to ask you? You told me you were sort of studying.
Indeed, botany is one of my many pursuits.
That's
While this region's jungle flora might not be in my complete expertise, perhaps I can enlighten you on some things.
or one of our best scholars around. And she like looks at you, Layla, and then back at me and says, "Excuse us, we'll be right back," as she'll get up. As she's gonna like lead you away, Balix, leaving the other two alone. She's gonna go to one of like the other end of the terrace, show you some of the plants. As Maegor kind of leans over the table and says, "We could run away and do something fun if you,
Good. That'd be very bad of us, wouldn't it, though?
but I like being bad."
Well, you have a very convincing argument, my lord, and how could I ever say no to such a thing?
He smiles as he's gonna slowly get up without making too much noise from the chair.
She just does so as well.
As you both just kind of dart for the stairs. As
Flash cut over to Felix and Vasilla. It's just like, wonder what they're doing in there.
Vasilla will kind of just show you one of the plants and is like, "Oh, well, I wanted to
So-
give them some time alone."
I am not so absent-minded as to not pick up on that. The better question is, do you think she'll accept my brother's inevitable invitation to run away from lunch?
She kind of takes a moment, glances back, they're gone. She nods. Didn't take long.
No, it did not. I would have hoped you would have at least pretended to stay for a few more minutes.
Oh, girl is young, and I believe it's at least some sort of emotional connection with your brother.
Well, as long as they treat each other correctly, that is between them.
Apparently, your brother has some competition.
So I've heard. I do believe my brother is in the superior position, though.
Doesn't mean we don't have to make sure it stays that way.
Do you actually believe Raynor has a chance?
Felix, I've known your brother for many years now. His dispositions may fine for a while, but he is not the I find it hard to see him building genuine emotional connections once this honeymoon period ends. How do you think he will treat her? How do you think? Do you think you'll never grow bored?
As long as she stays interesting, he shouldn't. I will say this is the first time anything like this has happened to him before. I must say we are in quite uncharted waters. Perhaps this will be the push he needs to actually change and become an halfway decent person. Doubtful, but there is a chance.
No. I she can't roll me pure beyond the veil.
I would love to, Grun. I would love to fail a roll for you.
Listen, if you don't want to like see, because she's like holding stuff
No,
back.
no. No, no, no. Ah, I got this. Oh, it's an 8. Perfect.
Yeah, so you can ask one of those.
What is she holding back right now?
So it's like she clearly knows, or at least has some suspicion about why your brother is interested in this woman. That in her mind, this is not gonna end well for her.
Feel free to speak your mind. I will take no offense to it.
Your brother
Perhaps
has
enough.
been studying some rather dark rituals. The Shadowbinder.
What kind?
I wouldn't know. Not my area of interest.
Would I know if my brother's taken any visits towards that, like,
Oh,
place?
your brother has, you know for a fact he's visited Ashai and trained. Like he even out of the sorcerers in Valeria, he studies some of the more fucked up shit.
Mm-hmm. Do you suspect he intends to use her in the most profane of rituals?
I don't know, but
Well, he must know that if he does something of that sort, he will have my ire as well. And if not for everything I've done for him, he would drown.
no, but family forgives, and more importantly, something bad were to happen to her, there's not much family that would push back. She is particularly vulnerable.
Then perhaps me and my brother should have a discussion where I make my disposition on the matter quite clear.
Why?
And for one, I do grow tired of politics. I had been hoping that a marriage between the two could allow her to take the mantle. If he does use her like fuel, then I would be first back at square one. Second, quite upset that such a lovely young woman was used for a meaningless ritual. And third, it would prove to me that my brother is beyond all hope that I have ever had for him.
What if I make you a third deal?
I'm all ears.
I will ensure your brother is quite apt for the political side of things. Would you let this thing go?
Are you telling me you wish to see this potential experiment succeed?
I just want her out of the way.
The way? May I inquire as to what way that is?
No. Let's just say right now she is a thorn in my side. I want it removed. I am also can be a bit vindictive myself sometimes.
Looks at camera. She's jealous. Looks back.
Sorry, but you stepped into this one a long
You
time ago.
did. You did step in this one.
Not how it works, unfortunately for you. There's a skill issue. You are correct.
Yeah, you are unskilled. Perhaps, would you allow me a chance to remove her myself?
How so?
I will ensure that she has no further contact with any of your assets to the best of my abilities. I will make sure she's so preoccupied with everything I'm throwing at her, she will have no time to engage with your activities.
Why are you so squeamish about this entire affair?
Despite the demeanor apparently I give off, I am not one for the blood sport that is politics. I much prefer researching and learning things. Not to mention that dragon of hers, I'm sure will grow up to have something interesting about it.
Things stopping you from studying the dragon?
Then we'll just say I've already invested my precious time and effort into helping her. And to see her thrown away like garbage would leave a bad taste in my mouth.
Thrown away. He has a very important goal. I believe you may be able to keep your brother in check. Something which, while I'm not gonna question your skill, I don't think you can do at this point.
Perhaps not. No.
You think you can marry her instead of your brother? What I thought. You're gonna let the two of them have their fun. Even if it doesn't result into a marriage, although the speed they're moving, I find it hard to believe otherwise. And in a few months, this will all be something of the past, and she's not gonna die in the experiment, if that's what you're concerned. She's probably not even gonna understand what happened to her. As long as you don't tell her anything.
I do have respect for your opinion, Lady Basila. If it is as you say, then perhaps I should leave things as they are.
Just kind of nods.
Has my brother spoken to you about anything recently?
Plenty of things.
Well, he said he'd do me a favor about one such thing. Just know that that option is still available.
Favor for what?
Remember, yes, like last session, he said, like, "Oh yeah, I'll go talk to her about the whole marriage proposal thing." But in return, eventually, you have to fuck over Hadrian.
Yeah, it's a bump Balix up. Yeah.
Yeah, so what are you asking her then?
He's just saying that, like, the thing my brother might have discussed with you is, of course, still on the table.
I've explained to him the whole deal, and I don't think he... Well, he still has a wounded pride, but I think that will heal quite quickly, the touch of the correct woman. Last night was maybe a shallow attempt at getting the two of them closer together. I didn't realize Raynor would pull out the knife. But after all, that is his MO, so I'm not even sure why I'm surprised at this point.
I don't think there's anything wrong in hoping for the best in people. I still stick with my brother, after all.
Yeah, she'll nod and eventually can't turn away and resume her lunch. As yeah, you feel free to stay with her if not.
I will.
Meanwhile, Alayla, you just kind of basically find an excuse for you to kind of get on your dragons and just fly around mostly.
Ah, gotcha.
Which I presume you will do with him.
Yeah. Hopefully get a chance to talk with him at one point or another, but I can wait till after the dragon flying's done.
As eventually Hadrian, what are you doing to kind of fill the rest of your day? Because you kind of have one day before your assassination mission.
Ooh, mostly probably I assume is everybody else still here, or is it?
Yeah, I
everybody's
mean,
also
people are
fucking up?
still about. It's just that they're not like in one single place.
Ah, okay, got it. I'm probably chilling at the terrace, probably like maybe drinking some wine, a cup of wine, probably.
It's time to piss you off.
How would you do that, Grun?
As you're kind of enjoying your wine, you kind of hear Raynor's voice behind you, be like, Well, I guess the ocean is still the ocean. So you can just lean on the railing next to you.
That it is.
Listen, my lord, I feel like we've gotten a bit too heated last night, and I wanted to, offer my apologies. I did not mean to offend you. I was merely concerned for the safety of the young lady. Illegal of me to have weapons on, but well, I'm sure someone of your stature understands that laws are for those foolish enough to follow them.
You gonna let him talk to you like that? You should kiss him.
Me Mac wants to kiss him. Holy shit, Haiti would never kiss this guy. It's conflicting emotions. Um. I understand this very dirty game, and listen, alas, I cannot get this guy. Adrian's too racist for this. John should have expected the daggers.
I'm a pirate after all.
That is true, you do kind of cheat your way for life.
Hmm. Everyone cheats, Adrian. Some people get caught, others don't.
I'll admit that, you're right on that front. I take it you're not enjoying the festivities?
No, I've been asked to leave. Well, I don't think I'm the right fit for this crowd. Be careful though with that one. Sorcerers can be quite vicious.
I think I'll handle myself quite alright.
If you say so. Just gets up. Walks away.
I love you, Raynor.
Does
Now it's your
Adrian
friendly.
say that?
No, this is
Adrian
Mac.
say
This
that?
is Mac up here.
Just quietly in his back. How mournful.
Listen, I would love to fucking the racist fix the racist rival to fucking lover storyline, but alas, I don't think it's gonna happen.
You could try.
I'm sorry, Hadrian is too racist. I'm not brave enough for this storyline.
What do you want to talk with the fucking psychopath, Leila?
How could you say that to about him? Yeah, I assume we're on land now, mostly lawn, right?
Yeah, I mean you can find like a spot to land and just kind of relax a bit.
Says, after basically brushing off any sand or anything like that's on her, she's like, "My lord, I'm at a bit of a loss here, so I'm hoping conversation would clear up any misunderstandings on my side."
I would converse with you all day, my lady, because I can just keep staring at your face while you talk.
That is true. You could, at the very least. I've been, well, speaking to other people, but I feel like this will be better. What exactly do you wish for, my lord?
Undying love.
That is a very sweet and kind gesture for you, my
I'm
lord,
nothing if not sweet and kind.
I'm sure you are. But there lies my confusion, my lord. Based on word of mouth and what I've learned on my own, that seems to be a peculiar new tale for you.
I have to listen to every rumor you hear about me, but quite simple. I may have indulged in a lot of the pleasures of the world. Most nobles
not-
have.
That is not an issue, my lord. You would not be different from any man, at the very least. And even here, your tale of infatuation is not uncommon, but I've met men like you, my lord. I've met many a men like you, actually. Your affections, while great, eventually wane with time. And I'm still unsure exactly what you want. Is it sex? That's one thing. I can understand that, but you are working awfully hard for that. Awfully.
I'm not gonna say no to that one if you're offering right now, but I feel like you need some assurances, and I at least guarantee you that shall you marry me, my lady, even if we may grow cold and distant, like the sea and stars. I will always treat you with the respect you deserve.
That's true. Your brother insinuated that should you find your eyes wandering to another, such ability will be given to me as well, based on his words, of course.
I've been known to engage in multiple partners at the same time. I don't see the issue.
Very well.
Kind of winks.
It all is very understandable, but I'm not a girl who falls for fairy tales, no matter how much I like to spin them.
Oh, but I think
So-
I can make you fall for my fairy tale.
Possibly. So I'll ask again, what exactly do you want from me, my lord? Because if it's sex you want, we can do so, and then once this is done, pretend like it never happened. Even tell the others that it was a infatuation I fell for your good charms, and leave it at that. My reputation will take a hit, yes, but I can survive that. And I'm sure you'll be fine. If that is what you wish, of course. I have no problem with that.
He kind of chuckles a bit. It's a very tempting offer to just say yes right now.
Mm-hmm. It is. Would probably be less of a hassle for you in the long run as well.
But what if I want to do it multiple times?
We have until this trip is over, if that's the case. And afterwards, we will depart from each other's company, and it'll all be just a wonderful time we had together here.
Yeah, what if a week or two is not enough? Years. Look at you right now, and I can just imagine so many things. A week or two is not enough time to explore all that.
You're quite a delight, my lord. Grunt, can I peer into the veil?
Mm.
She's trying to read him, because she's just trying to
Sure.
figure out what exactly is this guy aiming for. God, cheesecake.
Finally. My hard move. You will definitely put on the dragon now.
Is he telling me the truth here, Grunt? Well, no, because I have a feeling he is. What does this character wish I would do, really?
Fuck him. As kind of like stare at him, and where are you sitting right now?
Presumably under a tree for shade, I assume, right now? Near basically her back to the tree and whatever.
As you kind of like, you are looking at him, and he takes this as an indication. Just kind of, sort of, lunge is maybe a bit too aggressive because you are very close, but he lunges and just kind of presses you down on the sand, and as he like kisses you.
Yeah, she probably kisses him back as well.
Well, he is not stopping. This will be a very long and involved kiss that will go on and sort of develop.
Yeah, we're not gonna have coitus on the sand, Grunt. I'm gonna stop before that gets to that point.
He looks disappointed.
It's rough, of course. Irritating.
That was a good one, Zach. That was a good one.
Well played. Oh shit.
He'll look back and say, "You take this to my room or your room or any room
Hmm.
really.
We could even do it on Dragonback if that's what you prefer, my lord. I've heard
That's
rumors
what-
of such a thing happening.
Ah, I do have a big dragon.
Damn it. You do. But my question still remains, my lord. A few days of passion, and we will part ways.
What if I want a few years of passion? What then?
Well then, as she will get up and brush herself off. And I expect to be courted properly, my lord. I am not one of your dalliances that will last small quarter of a night. If you want years, you have to earn them, and you have not earned any of them yet.
He kind of like smirks and nods and says, I do like challenges.
I'm sure you do. Well then, my lord, I will see you. God, fuck you. I will see you at a later time, though. Do take care of yourself, my lord, and make sure you watch out. I don't wish for another brawl to happen to you. You have such a pretty face.
I do. It's lovely for you to notice.
She just laughs and makes her way back to the castle.
But yeah,
More sessions, guys. I got this.
there are
I think you got 5 sessions. I think you got 5 sessions easily.
Thank you, Mac.
rest of
In the long term, you're fucked though.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I still don't have faith in you. To this
But
challenge.
I-
I don't believe you.
what happened? Come on. What did I
Fake.
do?
This is fake. You're barely holding on. You weaseled your way out of this one. But anyone have any other plans for the rest of the day?
Just watch out to see when Bloodfire is leaving in case probably, but nothing
You know
else.
what, Hadrian? It's very weird. There's no clouds. There's no winds. It's you wouldn't expect like a storm to come up tomorrow.
Let's say there's not enough sorcerers, accidents happen, fucking unnatural maneuvers.
I guess.
Or
yeah.
just-
Yeah. Any other plans?
Just think. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not that I can do at this place.
I would like to mingle, if that's possible. Just small talk. Doesn't have to be anything serious.
I mean, there's a couple of the dragon lords around. You want to chat with
Yes,
some
you
of
would.
the sorcerers, but if you're mingling, I can shoot
It's just small talk.
you. Lovely.
This is not our game, Red. This is not our game.
Trying to make friends. Damn.
As you're kind of like chatting, there's a small tap on your shoulder.
Mm.
You turn around and there's Raynor with 2 wine glasses. You owe
said-
me a drink.
I laugh at the spot. She takes to the glass. Well, at the very least, I think you can call it square if you want. I can buy you another bottle if that's the case.
I stole that one. I don't think it counts.
Very well then. How are you doing, Raynor? Are you all right?
Well, I have been exiled for now. I'll be departing
Ah.
tomorrow.
Is it because of the
Hidden weapon, yes.
ah?
Not my first time.
You seem to know what you are doing at the very least, though I worry about exactly what ire Hadrian will come upon you for it.
Don't worry, we've talked it out. He seemed to take the apology well.
Stares at the camera. Well, that's good at the very least, though I'm a bit unsure. I'm honestly befuddled by his reaction at all. Maybe he had issues with Magar, but
Many people falling at your feet.
while that would be a lovely sentiment to feel, I know there's probably more to it I'm not understanding fully. I'm trying to become adept at this whole thing.
Well, you're certainly on the right path. Um, I mean, to each their own, I suppose. Politics
That
has
is,
never been my favorite playground.
it's true. It can be very messy at times. There are times it can be used for good or evil, like as all things can be.
Show me a politician that has used it for good.
Not all the time, but when fighting is done, words can be used as well to stop a war.
When was
And it
the
has merit.
last war Freehold has been involved in?
Does what did Leyland? Oh, I said
Seven
what did Leyland?
centuries ago?
Yeah, true. But our society is built on communication, connection, understanding, and compromise.
Money, slaves, and magic. And dragons. Mostly dragons, though.
True. I'm not saying that there is horrible flaw with our kingdom, but it is our kingdom and nothing else. Cannot hate it fully. At least I can't.
I don't hate it. I just, well, hypocrisy doesn't suit you, my lady. Nor do nor do you need to use these honeyed words. I am a sailor. I tend to call things as they are.
Honey's words is all I know. Sad to say. Give it time, maybe I'll learn to be a bit more crash.
Chuckles a bit. It's not about crassness. It's about honesty and bluntness, I guess.
Honesty is something only those who are strong can really afford, my lord, and sadly I am not strong.
I find that many cases strength is a matter of perspective. After all, you can take the strongest kraken and throw them in the desert, and then they will just die.
True. You seem to have learned your own way of doing such things, Mr. Pirate Lord.
Like I said, matter of perspective.
Well, if it's not too much trouble for you, maybe enjoy a nice company for a while until you have to depart for your exile then?
I wouldn't mind if you want to step away from these politicians.
You're gonna get me in trouble, my lord. You already have a bad reputation because of you. She's kind of like teasing him as she says it, basically.
Kind of just gonna lead you away and says, well, then there's nothing left to lose. You're gonna spend like a few hours just kind of like chatting a bit, I guess.
Yeah, just hanging out.
Yeah, he always seems to find like the right spot that's sort of out of sight, more quiet, more private. As yeah, he's just gonna talk with you mostly about non-political stuff. He clearly doesn't like, it's not his thing.
Yeah, she wouldn't push it. This is a chance to just hopefully have a nice chat before he has to leave.
Yeah, he definitely seems to be quite knowledgeable, and he seems to like you more for when you drop the facade a bit and lose, you're like less formal with him.
Gotcha.
And he will definitely be very informal with for too long, then everyone will retire to their own rooms. As by morning, there is a strong breeze and clouds have sort of darkened the sky. As Raynor will say his goodbyes from you, Alayla, and you, Balix, as well, for departing. As Hadrian, you see his dragon take flight, even through this upcoming storm. Presumably, you follow.
Yeah. Ah,
Now,
right,
because I
my
was gonna
beloved.
say, killing Dragon Lord is not something you want to do it in like
No,
public.
definitely not. Definitely not. No,
yeah.
oh yeah.
Why are you crying, Mac? This is your road to victory into her pants, obviously.
A wise philosopher once said, when you lose, when you don't get what you want, you will be sad. When you get what you want, you will also be sad.
As yeah, you'll take flight after him. As you can roll me overtake a dragon. Eventually,
I'm activating the tick macro.
I don't think you can.
Minus 20 ongoing. I only have one speed, so I actually might fuck
Now
up.
you roll with fierce, whichever one is highest.
Fuck!
Yeah, Mac, I'm sorry for you.
Fuck! It's me was Rick. God damn it! Shit!
I believe in you. I believe. I'll be right back
Man.
getting a drink.
I need to summon the spirit of Technoros. I need to summon the spirit of Holland.
I'm sorry, Mac. You get
I
what you
need
don't
to-
want the most. I'm sorry.
This
You know the
is
rules.
true. This is torture for me. I'm praying to Holland right now.
Honestly,
It's
I
Holland.
do love the fact that Balix is over there just drinking wine and having a grand time. He's just very blasé about the whole thing.
I'm praying to Holland.
Adrian's gonna
praying.
hold off the gun. He has to point at it at his
No,
favorite
no,
character.
you see, Hadrian doesn't care. Me, Mac, was like crying. Listen, oh my god, I would love for fucking Hadrian fucking redemption with Raynor, but I think that's so hyper impossible.
Just roll the dice.
Yeah, wait-
I
yeah,
Let
wait for-
fate decide.
Wait for
Holy fuck!
yeah, Grunt.
yes.
You gotta
Fuck.
wait for Grunt. He might make you re-roll that.
That's true. Fuck.
Right.
Why'd you roll
I'm
that?
praying.
AFK.
Oh, fuck,
Oh,
I'm-
dude.
I'm praying
Yeah.
to Technoros again. I'll roll another complication. By the 1,000 complications of Holland. By the 1,000 mistakes of fucking Darius. I'm praying for more failures.
I can't
I will
believe
fi-
this shit. What the fuck?
Yes!
I told you. I told you.
Grunt, I did summon the spirit of Tick. I prayed to Holland.
No, because you didn't add the +3, Mac. You just rolled a 2d6. That's a partial success, Mac.
Ah, fuck, I don't know why they didn't add it.
Failed, Mac.
I'm sorry, they didn't add them automatically.
I
Fuck,
warned
that's
you. You're the wait.
I had to manually add them. I see. Oh, no.
That's-
No. Yes,
What?
Adia. No.
Choose one. Take them.
Honestly, probably drive to a place of your choosing, I think. Honestly, or either one of the first two. I'm not sure. It's up to you, Grunt.
Yeah, I would say that probably the second one makes more sense.
Yeah.
As your dragon flies through the clouds, through the strong winds. As you see him in the distance, his dragon, just as large as yours, hard to hide in these clouds. As you let out Malix lets out this large torrent of flames that catches him by surprise as he has to get out of the clouds, and sort of you manage to get him into an advantageous position for you, as you are now above him and have a clear line of sight.
I'll try to go for the rider. A quick burst of flame to take out the rider and then take out the beast, hopefully.
Yeah, give me a Dragon's Wrath.
I've summoned the spirit of Holland, Darius, and Ethan. May they bless me, Tikna. Fuck! Oh my god, it's a 13 even, for fuck's sake. Ignore the second roll, I'm not sure why I rolled double.
So,
Ah, the game was ah, fuck.
listen, Mac, it's fine. He has
Yeah, no.
he has the armor inbuilt into the flesh.
That's true.
Choose additional one.
Probably like yeah, probably the first one, honestly. Not like I can take something or I have an ally. Yeah, +1 dragon arm.
So
I think it's up. It depends on the size. I think it's like a. I think you homebrewed that.
yeah, I
Like in the
think
book, in the book, I would do like 4 damage, I think. But I think you homebrewed that dragon harm. There we go.
yeah, okay.
So 4.
One
So 4
plus
harm.
size, yeah. So 4, 5 with your +1. Let me just mark
He has
that.
armor, I assume.
Yes, I should just calculate. Has 6. Every dragon has 6 health? I think they do.
My dragon is like 5.
believe so.
Oh no, no, CS6. Yeah, I think every dragon is 6.
Yeah. So 6. Yeah, so you just unleash this burst of flame as well. It's a large dragon, so kind of like it turns around midair and just kind of one of the head takes like a large chunk out of you as a second one also bites, and as they sort of simultaneously the third one just unleashes flames. This is gonna badly.
He can win, I believe. How much damage, Grunt? Tell me. I only have 1 dragon armor, by the way.
It doesn't matter though, because he has AP, so it just ignores the armor.
That's even better, even more damage.
So that's 4, yeah. Jesus fucking.
Yeah, dragon ghouls are deadly. I
Yeah.
believe he can win. He can
Is
win
it-
this.
Plus, wait, was it plus your size or just you damage is equal to size?
It's 1 plus size.
Yeah, 1 plus size.
Um,
And he has also size 3 dragon. It's also massive.
yeah.
Roll me another Dragon's Wrath.
By the wall of Harlan, Darius, Ethan, Westnath, I pray to you all. In my hour of need. Fuck, it's a partial.
So yeah, that's no, because it. Wait a minute. It should have been 3, 4. Should have been 1 more.
1 more damage?
No, for him, not for you. Because you
Oh.
dealt 5 damage technically.
Yeah.
So this is another 2. As he is, in fact, as your 2 behemoths can exchange flames from one to another. Let me double check something. Okay.
I also mentioned Darius. Read in my prayer. I want you to add all the saints.
Yeah, so you have your last heart box. I don't. Technically, I should have. Yeah, I should have made your roll.
We can just make you roll posthumously.
What the? I think I miss.
Just restart the battle, Grunt, and roll everything again.
No, because this is one of the things this system has is way too many moves. So I guess this would be when you all out. Yeah, so anyways, no, I think damage will suffice for this one. So, yeah, you are in fact, this is also gonna deal damage, so...
So I assume I mark dragon conditions or like right.
Yeah, you fill your dragon harm box, and then mark the on last legs condition.
Got it.
And now you roll me
For
suffering...
the dragon or for both?
No, just for the dragon, because you were not targeted in this one.
Got it.
Like it's kind of hard to target the rider in this sort of fiasco.
Yeah, got it.
So roll me suffering dragon harm, which basically you're gonna roll with fucking
with handling, I think it says here.
No, minus handling. So it's dragon heart. So that's 6 minus your handling, which is
0.
Roll with +6. I don't think you can physically fail this one.
I build. Shit, I can't. I cannot. Actually, impossible to fail.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, this is
Actually, impossible. I cannot fail. Yeah, I mean, I will roll it for like bureaucracy's sake.
I'll have to figure this one out.
Yeah, +6, so it's a 12. Yeah.
Yeah. Because technically it says when a dragon heart boxes has been picked, but like for everyone, that's kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah, can we like it's kind of retarded. Actually, I did almost fail. I think. Because wait, no.
No.
Dragon harm. Wait, dragon harm. Hey, that's right. Wait, this is stupid. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's way.
This is retarded. This is retarded.
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm just gonna.
Do we want to change the conditions? Maybe, Grunt. How about that?
No, I'm just gonna remove. On.
Yeah.
Delete to.
Remove the rolls. Well, it never happened.
Because yeah, it's technically. I think it's meant for like every time you. But like, holy shit.
This is stupid. Dragons do insane damage.
Well, I think I will probably up that, but it's not unnecessary. It's literally unnecessary.
Yeah. So we ignore the roll.
Because Rein It In already kind of does that, so you can like wrestle control of your dragon. So I don't think that one's worth it.
So yeah, so there's a Rein It In roll, then this will be a complication, Grunt.
Well, problem is, you still basically got put on your last legs, which it's a special one. I mean,
I can fail. I believe I can fail.
So you are basically on death's door, but once you reach, you can kind of decide what the fuck you want to do. You are at the point of dying. Like this is not. You are in fact realize you will die in this one. At the very least, your dragon will die and you'll crash into the sea.
Ooh. How's the other one? How's the other guy looking?
He is also looking like he will probably die.
So it doesn't matter if we fight or run away.
Well, if you run away, you can survive, but
yeah, but then he can also run away. He can survive. That's what I was asking. Yeah, if he's looking like he's more dead than me, or equally, about equally. Oh fuck. You know what? We'll try to do one last strafe. Or bite, I don't know.
I'm gonna try and finish him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll me another Dragon's Wrath. Last one.
I believe in the 1-1.
Failed this.
I believe in the 1-1. I believe in the 1-1. But
No.
it was not a 1-1, unfortunately.
Um. But yeah. Yeah. So you're probably gonna, as you realize, you are both about to fucking. You are like on your last legs, and he's on the last legs. You just sort of give. Both you and Malix are in unison on this one as you dive bomb him, as you slam into him, and just both of you just collapse in a ball of fire and flesh into the sea as giant waves get sent all over the place. As just kind of lose consciousness as soon as you hit the water, like hitting a cliff face at this speed. Balix.
Yep.
It's a stormy day today, so everyone's kind of inside. As you can see through your windows that freak weather, I guess.
Yeah.
Before the door to your room rapidly opens, your brother just kind of walks in. He looks completely drenched as he just kind of throws the cloak he had onto one of the chairs, gasping for air.
I like turn around like slightly confused and just say, "What have you been doing out in this weather, brother?"
Would you believe me if I told you?
Probably.
I was I'll admit it. I will admit it. I was a bit upset with certain things yesterday, and I wanted to vent some frustrations on the half-blood.
You went to go fight him?
I just wanted to scare him a bit. Just, in and out. Like a reminder that you should stay the fuck away from her,
Brother, you have to know that will only end badly for you further down the line, right?
I was very upset yesterday. I'm fine now. But I don't think I'm the only one who wanted to pay back.
Did that Hadrian fellow do something?
Killed him. Both him and the dragon.
What?
Saw it through the storm as they both fell into the sea.
He did what?
Mad dog after all.
Even he has to know such an act will not go unpunished.
Punished by who?
Do you really think people in court will take kindly when they hear that he was beaten black and blue by a pirate and then was so frustrated with it, he had to go and call in his dragon to go and kill him out at sea?
Frogs. I think you underestimate how much people didn't like the guy. Sure about Vesela though. She was like his main. She's probably the only one who might take issue with this. She was his ally at court, so to speak. It's the whole reason I didn't do anything to him earlier.
Well, brother, this has upset me personally. If no one else at court would miss him, I thought he could have been quite useful.
There's
And you know
plenty
how
of
possessive I can be of things.
trait we both share. I assure you there will be other ship captains you can fraternize with.
But there would never again be a creature as lovely as his dragon.
Too bad it had to have such a shit of a rider, as he turns around and leaves.
Tell me, brother, before you go,
Hmm.
if I were to ask you to help me deal with Hadrian, would you?
Of course, I'll always have your back.
Good. Well, I shall go and speak to Lady Basila then.
He'll nod. He'll take his leave. So, Adrian,
Mm-hmm.
as you kind of open your eyes, you lost consciousness after the impact. You are sort of shivering as there's a warm fire heating the room. Find yourself in a soft bed as Vasila is sitting on a chair, reading a book near a candle. As you feel yourself rather bruised and battered, but nothing too harsh. To kind of get up, she'll close the book and look at you, smile. A job well done.
He said, "Oh, you're not dead." He was a much better rider than I anticipated.
Fights between dragons rarely end well.
How many centuries must have been since the last time two dragons fought?
That size? Quite long.
Might even be a millennia.
Your sacrifice has been noted, and your loyalty appreciated. I will bring forth many resources for you to find a new creature to bond yourself with.
At least Malix went down the way. At least that's probably the way Malix would have wanted to go down. He was suffocating at court. Such a poor noble creature.
She nods.
But the last of Pirate King is gone.
Indeed. Now rest, my brave warrior. Done. Quite the deed for today. You have earned my favor once more. She's just gonna smile at you.
As I bow before her.
She's gonna get up and walk away.
Poor Malix. Listen, this is the way he would have wanted to go down in a fucking fight. Come on, man. He was fucking bored to death at court.
As
Grunt, no, Red, I'm crying on the inside. I'm fucking crying.
Mac has lost it all this session. His lover
did.
and his dragon.
I did. Listen, I don't care about my summer, but listen, I'm also crying on the inside. But I'm sorry. I'm a slave to the character.
As Balex, you eventually find Priscilla, right? That's what you want to talk with.
Yeah.
As guided into her office. Ah, my lord.
Lady Vasilla.
How can I help you?
heard... Yes, I have heard some rather troubling news. It appears that your dog has rather flown off the handles. It seems he has killed Raynor.
You are under severe misconception, my lord. He was not off the handle.
But this was your idea.
Maybe.
Might I ask why?
Don't like it. I can't. Certain people are a bit too ambitious for this world. Sometimes they need to be reminded there is always a bigger fish. And while dragons make you powerful, allies make you even more powerful.
An interesting reminder. If he's dead, does that mean you were reminding someone else?
Maybe.
Grunt, can I insight her?
Yes, roll me Peer Beyond the Veil.
Ah, Optimus, what are you doing?
He's attacking you. He's ambushing you.
I'm being ambushed. Oh no!
Yeah, ask me a question.
What does It is a weird thing to be like, oh yeah, I just needed to remind someone that there's always a bigger fish, which is interesting. It was an interesting thing to say for killing someone. It's a rather permanent reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It'd be kind of pointless if the person you're trying to remind that to is dead, wouldn't it?
Indeed.
As she looks at you and says, now, seem to be quite smart, my lord. Maybe a bit too smart. And quite involved. I'll be honest, here is the deal. You know, your brother won't talk because, well, he says it. He does everything I say. The question is, my lord, are you gonna be as cooperative with me?
I have been known to be quite agreeable. If I am not treated like another throwaway pawn like you do, Hadrian.
You and Hadrian have quite different qualities. I would never treat you as such. He is my hound.
Would my brother have told me that it looked like Hadrian's dragon died too?
Yeah, no, he said like they just both fell into the fucking sea.
Yeah. He seems to be a hound without any teeth left.
We'll find him some. Plenty of wild dragons out there.
I will cooperate with you. But I would at least like a little bit more information.
Is that a future request or in the present?
Is both too much to ask? I can promise you, I have no intention of spreading people's secrets around.
No, because... well,
Yes, I've seen what happens to those who get on your bad side.
she smiles and says, you haven't seen that yet. As she's gonna gesture for you to follow her. As she's gonna take you... she's gonna take you through the estate. Down into this sort of cellar. As...
she's cock and ball torturing Raynor.
as she's gonna open one of the doors, you see a small room. There's no windows. As she's gonna illuminate the darkness away. Lamp. As she places it on the nightstand, you can see Raynor's burnt body. It's like scarred, not too bad, but it says this is only where
So something like this grunt, you know? Are we talking about some Star Wars Episode 3 Anakin?
no. It's just some like light scarring. Like you can't have this sort of engagement and not get burnt at least a bit. But with like big dragons, the burning is actually lesser than when you have smaller ones. As says this is just where the fun begins. As she kind of gestures, there's a nearby cabinet filled with small little vials. I think you can roll me.
My
Yeah,
private retreat.
Yeah. Give me that roll.
Not partial.
You realize these are all sorts of poisons. Some more lethal than others. Some have rather nasty side effects for like hallucinations and the like. She plans on probably torturing the man for.
Is he like conscious right now?
No, he's passed out.
Okay. Yeah. I see you have quite an exotic collection of elixirs.
One of my many hobbies.
I see it as a passing interest we share, although mine is only tangentially. He's pretty much just saying that, like, oh yeah, I know about poisons because I study plants.
Now that you've seen, are you satisfied?
I am.
After all, I need my sea captain. A sailor does not need dragons, he needs ships.
You're gonna get punished, Raynor, and then next fucking scene he's in. Mac, can you make a punished Raynor image?
I can. Believe in yourself. Say Raynor.
let's cook. Yeah, she's just gonna lead you out of the room unless I mean, you have anything else to add?
No, not much. I'm sad.
Yeah. I mean, she's not very. She seems happy about the outcome, but she's not happy per se that she had to do this.
I'm not sorry for what I did. I'm sorry I had to do it.
Um, as Alayla, about halfway through the day, as the storm is going on,
Mm.
there's a knock at your door.
Oh, she'll go to it. Probably just stringing her lute or just enjoying herself before going to the door.
There's Magor with a wine bottle.
Well, it seems you are quite persistent even now, my lord.
Well, I was told you like this, so shall we? Better when
Of
you
course.
drink together.
Of course. Always better with company.
As he'll smile. Yeah, he'll kind of walk in and make some idle chatter. And
I have a question, Magar.
of course,
What is it? I know your brother has his books, and you have. What is it that brings you joy?
I like to study the ancient knowledge, the mystical, the esoteric, the forbidden.
Ah, and what forbidden has caught your eye?
Right now, only you, Leila.
It is always good to be on someone's mind, especially such an eager man at that. But come now. It's always, while it's nice to hear I'm your only heart's desire and all that, what is it that has your interests? I love stories more than anything else.
I don't like telling, I like showing.
Mm-hmm.
Problem
You do?
is, you sort of, by imposing such restrictions on our interactions, limited me quite severely on what I can show.
Ah. Sad to hear that. And you sure you don't want to tell me? Spin me a wonderful tale of your magics and all the things you found.
And show you something.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever divined in the flames?
No, sad to say, such things were never taught to me. My hands work best in lute and strings than the magics that we have.
And a nod.
Hmm.
And
This is-
you'll kind of take one of the candles and bring it up close.
Oh,
Into the fire. Tell me
yes.
what you see. You can roll me flame.
Yeah, okay. I don't have a look at that. Look at that, Grunt. Look at that.
As you stare as the candle flickers, each current of air, and well, you start eventually seeing shapes in the fire. as you see yourself and Magor doing some pretty wild things in bed.
It's literally a meme about that. Let me see if I can find it.
It seems the flames work in your favor if nothing else, my lord, though I'm not too sure how well this is working.
Don't worry, my lady, this merely shows you the future. This is one way I can show you without doing it. He kind of winks.
I see, I see. It is an odd thing. Do you not have, outside of your brother, do you not have any other family? Other
No.
than your flames as well?
It's mostly the two of us at this point.
Is it alright for me to ask what happened to them?
All hate.
We killed them and ate their liver.
Well, mother died in childbirth. Father passed a few years ago. Sickness and old age. I suppose we have some cousins, relatives lying around, but I don't count that as family, more like distant relatives.
You seem close to the very least. Your brother seems to advocate for you often. And knows you best, it seems, as well.
I mean, yeah, he always had my back, and I always tried to have his.
And you seem to have, well, Lady Facila's here, at the very least.
He's a very powerful patron to have, indeed.
He does have a lot of interesting friends, I'll say the least.
You'll smile and nod.
Well, besides such, I wasn't prepared for a party at the feast. I'm happy I came. I think I've learned quite a great deal.
Feel like this time spent here, just the beginning. Truly wonderful beginning.
Is that the flames that speak to you then?
Merely show the future.
And the future cannot be changed once it's seen, or is it always everything
Future
in
is
there?
fluid, but does have certain tendencies.
Oh, I'll take your word for it. You are the sorcerer, after all.
Him. I'll ensure that the flames come true. Pleasure you'll experience, Selena, are, well, indescribable and nothing you've ever felt in your life.
Promises, promises, then. I'll hold you to that.
Yeah. Gonna kind of like leans back in the chair, says, "Why don't you play some of those songs on that beautiful lyre I got you?"
Oh, I can never say no to my audience then. And yeah, she'll play a lovely
Women
tune.
generally can't say no to me.
You really are a confident man, aren't you?
Have a lot for to be. Looks, there's smarts, there's strength, there's virility.
And you never had a lover that you decide to keep for long then?
Nobody up until now has caught my eye.
Oh, I must be very lucky then. What exactly caught your eye, my lord? Not to say I don't love to hear flattery, but I'm not any different from any other girl you may have met.
Not true. Strength and spirit befitting of a dragon lord, and grace and elegance that would put most experienced whores and least to shame. You have the
Now-
smarts of some of the best strategists I've seen around.
Now, Grunt, I want to see this if he's just like taking the piss right here and trying to like just flatter her. Usually, Yeah. God damn it! What is wrong with me today? I'm blowing my dice. This is ridiculous.
Eat shit, Red.
Make another hard move. You know what? Ask your question. Might just
His
decide
hard move.
Okay. I can't probably ask the question. I think Alele knows pretty well. This is just horny on main right now. So let me see what I can ask him.
He's always horny on main.
That's true. It's like his first default. I guess what is his? Jesus, none of this will give me the answer she needs to really understand this guy. Yeah, I guess is he lying to her? Is he just trying to flatter her to maneuver her to some position he wants, assumably?
Not really infatuated. That's not a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, this man has never had serious relationships. He doesn't probably even know what that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring.
And he's definitely not. Like, if he's trying to manipulate you into anything, is into his own bed. There's no political plays. There's just nothing. She just wants to get it on with you really fucking bad.
I gotcha.
There's like a moment where just kind of like the wind fucking blows powerful enough as the windows kind of fly open as the doors to the balcony swing, letting in the rain and the wind. And he just kind of stares at you. I think your window is open.
It seems it is open then, my lord.
Better close it before you catch a cold.
She raises an eyebrow with a bit of a smile. She gets up, presumably to close the window.
As you kind of get up to close the window, he's gonna go behind you and just kind of push you outside on the balcony.
He's murdering her.
As you get completely drenched in rain, and he kind of like is beside, kind of like behind you, kind of keeping you close to him, grabbing your shoulders, and whispers into your ear. I guess I get to see you wet after all.
Give me a second. Give me a second. there is probably a genuine laugh, just a full belly laugh right there from her.
You cannot win against the Johannes.
Fucking
Johannes is too good.
actually manipulated by Johannes.
He's such a little fucking idiot. Okay. But yeah, she probably just laughs more than anything else.
As he'll turn around and kiss you.
She will allow it. He's earned himself that for his stupid comment. You are definitely one of a kind.
Yeah, as he'll definitely get touchy before kind of push him back inside. Getting out of the rain, and he just kind of ogles you. Kind of stands there in the room. Feel free to change if you want.
She's gonna change around his screen. Well, I see like a silhouette, but he doesn't get to see.
As
Now yeah, I assume. Yeah, continue. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is there any other conversation you would like to have with him?
No, I think eventually she would basically let him go back, basically saying he has to go change and get himself properly. I assume he got what when he went out in the
Yes.
window as well. Yeah, but he has to go home.
At the first time today, sure I'll be fine.
Not the first time. Have you gone outside in the storm as well?
You know me. Sometimes I enjoy a good flight through the rain.
Hmm. You're a bit of a dangerous fellow, my lord. This weather is not good for anyone.
I am the most dangerous individual you've ever met.
Did that flight in the rain give you any clarity then?
Sure did.
Can you tell me what it was? Can't just tease me like that.
But I can, and I will. And you're not the only one who can deny the pleasures of another.
It seems you're learning quickly, my lord.
I am nothing if not adaptable and flexible.
Very well. I'll allow you to keep your secrets for now, then. This is all how we all have our fun.
I would like to have fun in other ways, but alas.
Now, my lord, I told you.
I
If
know.
you want years,
I am willing to put in the effort to make you mine.
aren't you a good boy then?
What an odd thing to say.
Heart, body, and soul.
Yeah.
But I
As-
believe you should go to your own rooms now. There's water coming everywhere off your robes, and I would like to keep this room clean for Lady Priscilla.
I can just take off my clothes right here.
You could, but you won't get much from that, my lord, sadly to say.
It's true, you'll be the only one benefiting from that sight.
Of course, you don't want to deny your own audience from... Well, I think it's best you leave for the day, my lord.
Suppose you're right, I wouldn't want to scare you off before anything. And he turns around and walks out.
I do want to beat him up sometimes. Look at him, like a little dork.
Gonna say, in Bucharest by night, you killed Johannes. Red would have just went down on a
I
date with
didn't
him.
know. I probably would have killed him before I knew that part, Gret. Look, right now, he hasn't given my cat a reason to know that he's a crazy psychopath right now.
You know, and he also hasn't murder raped, orgies in
Yeah.
front of us.
That's
Yes.
also
That's actually good point, actually.
Unfortunately, he
Yeah.
does not have mind control powers. Fortunately.
Sad? Yeah.
Yeah, thank God.
Well, Grunt, once you show that,
Yeah.
then we have to kill him. We have to kill him.
Go to Vasilla.
Right now, I just want to push him down a pair of stairs and
If,
see him
if
fall.
I see him sitting in a room with a bunch of women all beating each other up and then a weird werewolf thing because then starts killing people, honestly, I might have PTSD and kill him on the spot.
But yeah,
Pull out my Dragon's Breath shotgun,
the storm will pass over eventually, as the next day would arrive. If there's anything else any of you would like to do,
There might have been. I would like to talk to what's that guy? Galleon.
you can still find him at the estate. Have a private conversation with him.
Yeah. Good evening, Lord Galleon.
Likewise to you, my lord. What do I owe the pleasure?
Just a passing curiosity. You told me the other day that you were quite knowledgeable about the Shai, correct?
Yes, I have frequented the place many times.
I'm sure you've seen my brother there, then, too?
I don't have the pleasure personally, but I know he has studied with some of the masters.
As his elder brother and the current head of our estate, I am curious as to what he gets up to. I have to stay interested in his affairs. Would it be possible for you to figure out what the latest thing he's been studying over there is? If he needs to ask me for materials, it would be better if I had a head start on it.
Why don't you roll me play the game? The presence roll.
Luckily, I gave myself a +1 with that XP. We'll see how that works out for him. That's a full success!
You'll nod. Very well. I shall reach out to my contacts and see what has... Dragon Lords tend to stand out, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure it out.
You will be doing me a favor. I appreciate it.
He'll nod.
That is all, unless you have something you need of me.
As there's nothing else. There will be, eventually people will start gossiping a bit about the fact that, hey, Malix is gone. Hadrian's still around. As, Vasilla will make a public excuse for you, Hadrian, that you went out and ventured into the storm recklessly as your temperament kind of got the better of you. You don't fly extremely large dragons in the middle of hurricanes. And that she rescued you from the sea when she realized you were missing.
Malix had to go. His name's too similar to mine. We get confused.
Is there a way to privately ask if Raynor's there? Because Raynor left when the storm
Yes.
happened. We know that. So
Yes.
try not to be
Who
too
are you gonna
loud of-
ask privately?
Fuck, I don't have. She doesn't have any other
Mhm.
people she can talk to, Grunt.
Mhm.
You have your old buddy me.
Yeah, it's true, Balix. Yeah, because she would ask Balix if she knows if Lady Priscilla saw Raynor there. He left not too long, like in the beginning of the storm.
I assume she doesn't want. Vasilla doesn't want. Alila finding out that Raynor's dead.
You know, like
She said-
she's like you don't have to lie. Just don't mention the fucking assassination. Rather
Okay.
than that, like it's a kind of like everyone kind of knew he left, so it's not like
Yeah. You see, I'm afraid Raynor has not been spotted since.
Oh dear. Do you think he made it through, or should we not go look for him?
Considering I have been speaking with Lord Galleon, and he has been quite vocal about his distaste for the man, I spoke to him the other day, and well, he didn't mention the ships that he sailed being on the move yet.
Sounds alarming, my lord. Should we not be worried about? Should we not go look at the very least?
This event is nearing its conclusion. Perhaps we should go and investigate.
Yes, I think that would do well at the very least. He's still after our Dragon Lord. That should have some merit, right?
Sadly, not as much as one might believe. I like the man just as well as you do, but it appears we are in quite the minority.
Yes, has been made known to me, but if it's all right with you, my lord, I would rest assured a bit more if we at least made sure.
Of course. Perhaps we should inform Lady Basila of our departure.
Oh, yes, of course, of course.
I will go and inform. Perhaps you can you can get us prepared.
I will. Thank you, my lord.
I guess I'm going to Basila.
You have a private meeting with her?
Yep.
Wish to search for the...
Yes, well, I can't just go out and say he's dead. She would ask me how I knew. And it'd be stranger to even say, oh, he's quite fine, he's just in the dungeon. So, I believe it is best if we go and have a look for him ourselves, and when he is not found, that'll be enough for her.
Brings a good opportunity. Very well. Good luck with your search.
Thank you. And thank you for the hospitality.
Of course. Adrian, at this point, after a few days, you can at least walk around, even your bruises and wounds, as Vasala would enter the room. My lord, how are you feeling today?
Already feeling better?
Good.
A week or so should be mostly recovered.
I have a favor to ask you. I know you are a bit wounded, but this one should prove much easier than the last one.
Very well.
I want you to finish what you started that evening. There is no more Raynor to stop you.
I'll gladly put Maegor in his place.
I want you to give him a good thrashing. Not too bad so that he can't walk, but visible enough.
A few bruises got it.
Thank you. He will be... And she's gonna give you some directions where to find him.
Yeah?
As, if you're just gonna follow,
Yeah.
one of the servants will kind of take you as, you see him coming down the hallway. As, just give me like a fierce roll.
I hope he fails. I hope
You
he
will.
fails so hard.
Be funny. It'll be funny yet again.
Be so funny.
It's literally almost impossible. There we go.
Damn.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
as you... He again sees you kind of like...
Yeah, just say, sorry, buddy, I don't think Raynor is here with a knife. They fucking deck him.
He kind of like stakes the punch as he like kind of stumbles back, but you're not gonna stop at one punch.
No, I definitely kicking him over the face
As
once.
as you start hitting him, and he like tries to defend him, but you easily overpower him before you slam him into the one of the sort of walls as some of the flower pots break. Layla, is your presumably still coming down to your room to kind of get changed into more travel attire?
Yeah.
You can hear like this commotion coming down the hallway.
She goes, takes a look, more
As you-
surprised, smoking a cigarette.
As you see Hadrian eating the shit out of Maegor and like close to your room. Basically in
doing?
front of him.
Yeah, she's gonna run and try to stop.
Just teaching some of the younglings some respect.
Are you mad? Have you lost your mind? Get away from him.
How bad is he looking? Is he had enough?
Yeah,
Is he
like he's like
Yeah.
his face is like bleeding, like his nose, his
Yeah.
lip is cracked. It's like a swollen eye.
Yeah, she's gonna try to get between them.
Very well,
cover her.
very well, my lady. He's a big boy. He should be able to take it. That's fine. I understand your sensibilities, girl.
She just looks furious at you. She's trying to like basically make sure you cover him as best she
Yeah,
can.
he
with her
looks
body.
dismissively kind of like rolls his eyes.
I'm not sure what pleasure you derive from your cruelty, but you leave. I'll call the guards.
Very well, my lady. Shall do as you I shall do as you wish. As he gives a mocking bow.
Yeah, she's just making sure you leave before she turns
Yeah.
you.
Smeagol's like, thank you.
Oh my god, you okay? We gotta get you to a healer.
Oh,
How-
yeah.
how-
This will look very bad if people see me.
I can go get some guards so we can. What do you need me to do?
No. No one can see this, please. I won't be able to like face people at court with like this.
She looking very stressed, but tries to gather him to get to her room, as she will try to get him there while she tries to go
Yeah.
call a healer or something.
Well, he's not like that injured. Some
Maybe go get his brother. Maybe.
as he like you kind of like bring him to your room. He'll kind of you try and go away. He'll catch your hand and says, just stay with me for a bit, please. I'm just
Of course. I'm not. I'm sorry. She tries to like wipe off any blood or anything, if she
Yeah.
doesn't know how
Yeah,
to
start-
heal people.
yeah. You can start cleaning him up a bit. As thank you, lifesaver.
I'm not much in a lifesaver. You could have easily. I'm so sorry. She looks really worried for him. She's like, I can get your brother. We can maybe go to Lady Facilia and let her know. I don't understand why he decided to do this, but I won't let him get away with this. I swear.
Just no, Layla. This is the mad dog. Listen, just can you stay here a bit with me? I'll get out of your hair. You were busy with something. As he like
No.
coughed a bit of blood.
No. This is a bit more. It's fine. It's all right. I'll stay here.
So he just kind of like lean in a bit, kind of like rest his head up against you.
Yeah, she is honestly worried about him. Gonna make sure he's all right. She's gonna basically stay close. I don't think she has any healing arts, but whatever she needs.
Yeah, that's
know
you
what
can
he's
still you can still bandage him a bit as Balix. You're also kind of going to change into more of a travel garb. There's a knock at your door before Vasilla enters the room.
Vasilla, is something happened? We just spoke a moment ago.
I believe your trip may have to wait for a bit.
I like raise my eyebrow. Has something happened?
I believe the young lady is busy taking care of your brother. There's a severe beating he suffered at the hands of the cruel and brutal Hadrian. Such a shame.
So this was your idea to get them closer together?
It worked.
I suppose it did. Oh well. I'm sure you'll know my brother. My brother will be quite upset at this unless he's informed of the plan.
He will care as long as he gets what he wants. I have a slight suspicion that the weather will worsen days.
My. I suppose I'll have to believe your prediction then. I must say, I do have other matters to attend to back at my estate.
Well, it should clear up within a few days, just in time for you and the other guests to take their leave.
Very well then. At the very least, if we haven't found, if we do manage to find Raynor's fleet, well, the fact that they wouldn't have seen him will confirm it with.
She
If you
nods.
don't mind if I go and investigate your flora and fauna in the meantime.
Be my guest. She's gonna take her leave. As Hadrian, you go back to your quarters, and not too long after that, Vasella would return. A beaming smile.
Seems your little scheme worked.
It
The
did.
young lady was right around the corner.
It was. Thank you.
Of course.
You have
Is that it?
again
Okay.
proven worthy of my attention. As she's gonna get up to you, as she's gonna give you a full-on kiss.
Oh, Hayden will embrace her. I did have to make it up to you somehow. I did cause quite a terrible mess on the first day here.
Fortunately, I will be quite busy for the next few days, but you have definitely washed away your earlier sins. Some of them.
Very well then. There seems to have work out of me still.
You'll find you another creature to bond with. Take some time. Now rest to recover. I'll speak with you soon. She will take her leave.
If
And on-
wounds lot in life is to suffer.
And on that